It is 7:30 and I've already had 32 ounces of celery juice. And now I am going to have watermelon. And I'm not gonna eat all of these bags of watermelon. I'll probably just end up eating like, probably just these 2 bags, maybe a little bit of this one. So let's go eat some watermelon. So while I eat, I got my watermelon right here. I am going to watch some Cody Sanchez on my iPad. I'm a huge fan of Cody Sanchez and Alex Hormozi. I'm like all about it. So I'm gonna watch some Cody Sanchez videos while I eat my watermelon. Okay, so I ate those 2 bags and this is how much I had left from the 3rd bag. So I ate about half of this bag, I'd say. So a pretty good amount of watermelon. I'm literally like in this big fluffy jacket because I am so cold after having that cold watermelon from the refrigerator. So it's a little after 8 o'clock right now and I have a consultation call with a client who's in my coaching program. I have one at 9 and I have another call at 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep for those calls right now. While I'm doing work on the computer, I have a standing desk and a walking treadmill set up. So I'm able to get in a lot of movement while I'm working on the computer. And I know I'm like in this huge jacket because I'm still freezing from eating watermelon. But basically, let me show you my setup. So here's my desk. So I have a standing desk that can kind of like adjust. And then here is my walking treadmill. And so this is my setup. So I can be walking and getting in movement while I'm working. So I just had my first call of the day and it went really well. And now I have about 30 minutes until my second call of the day for coaching. And by the way, if you are wanting to lose fat with a fruit-based lifestyle, then feel free to click the link in the description below, or you can go to paigeshay.com and you and I can hop on a call. And if you're not quite ready for that step, I also have an online course that you can take to help you get started in the right direction, losing fat with a fruit-based diet. Again, you can just go to paigeshay.com or click the link in the description below. Okay, I'm having an early lunch and I'm gonna eat these pears. It's about 7, I think I counted, so 7 seckel pears for an early lunch. So it is currently a little after 1 o'clock and this is 4 envy apples. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna eat these. Envy apples are my favorite. They're the sweetest, they're super crispy and juicy and delicious. So this is gonna be sort of like my 1 o'clock lunch. So you guys are probably gonna think I'm a little weird, but right now I'm wearing makeup. But whenever I'm not wearing makeup and I'm working out, I actually use these little like stickers. So basically it's like a little like anti-wrinkle like little patch, and I like to put it like in between my eyes because I tend to frown whenever I work out and I don't like doing that. So to help myself like stop frowning, I'll actually put one of these little like patches between my eyes. Anyways, it's kind of weird, but I'm actually not gonna do that right now because I have makeup on and I don't know, I'm gonna do some more recording later and I don't feel like having a weird spot on my forehead, so I'm not gonna do that, but normally I do. But anyway, let's do a workout. To start my workout, I'm gonna do a Bulgarian split squat, and you'll see I have a plate there on the floor. I like to have a plate just because it gives me a little bit of a deeper stretch because it makes my foot a little bit more elevated, and so I can go down lower, giving me a deeper stretch in my glute, and I really like doing it this way. I also don't like to have my foot too high up. Some people like to put their back foot up on like a bench or something like that, and I find that that's a bit too high for me in order for me to like keep my balance. So I kind of like to just rest it on that pad that you see there in the video. And I'll typically do 3 sets of 6 to 12 reps. And to be honest with you, this exercise would be a whole lot better in a Smith machine because then I would be able to keep my balance a lot better, but you know, I'm just working with what I have. Next up, I'm doing a hip thrust. And the bench is a little bit high for my liking. I would prefer my bench to be a little bit lower, but you know, it works. And I really like doing the hip thrust. It's one of the best exercises for the glutes, and that's really what I've been focusing on for the last few months is my glutes. And so this is one of my sort of staple exercises. I actually do this exercise, I want to say like 2 to 3 times during the week. And my last exercise for the day is going to be cable glute kickback. And man, I can really feel these in my glutes. I don't like to go too far back because then it'll start to work my lower back, and I don't really like that. So I like to kind of keep my foot low, and I will just go at a 45-degree angle, and I will also point my toe outward until I can feel that stretch. And that's really where all of my focus and attention is. And I have found that when I'm really thinking about the muscle that I'm working, it helps me to work that muscle better, like the mind-muscle connection. And so I really try to like picture that glute muscle like squeezing at the top whenever I kick my foot back. And I think that really helps me to get a better workout in. For this one, I like to work in the higher rep ranges, so I'll do 10 to 15 reps. So I'm done with my workout, and typically after my workout, I will go for a walk. But I'm already hungry and I'm ready to eat, and I know if I go for a walk then I'm gonna be like starving when I get back, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and eat. It's about 4 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and make dinner. For dinner, I'm gonna have some roasted golden potatoes along with some cauliflower. So I'm just gonna add those potatoes in a bowl with the cauliflower and add 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika on top and give that a good stir. This is a super easy recipe, takes no time at all, and I'm gonna pop that on a pan that's lined with parchment paper, and I'm gonna put that in the oven at 425 for 30 minutes. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and make my salad. Right now I'm just chopping up baby spring mix. I typically have about half a pound of leafy greens in the evening. And for my dressing, I'm gonna have a walnut cream sauce. I'll throw the recipe for that up on the screen. That way you can go ahead and just take a screenshot of it if it's something that you wanna try at home. And you don't have to use walnuts, you can use cashews, you can use pecans, you can really get creative with this and do a lot of different things. I'm also gonna add some microgreens and some sprouts to my salad as well. My favorite microgreen is onions. I love the onion sprouts. I don't know if they're called onion sprouts or microgreens. I'm not sure the correct terminology, but either way, they're delicious. And I've also got a sweet and sour sauce that I'm going to dip my vegetables in. And I will also throw that recipe up on the screen so you guys can see it and try it if you wanna give it a go. And I'm also gonna heat up some mushrooms that I had left over from yesterday. So I'm just gonna give them a quick toss in the pan, heat those up, and I will have those along with my other vegetables. And mushrooms dipped in that sweet and sour sauce is fabulous, by the way. And for dessert, I'm having 1 piece of a whole food, plant-based, fat-free cake, and it's quite delicious. I don't eat cake, so this was definitely a treat. If you like this video, make sure that you check out this video on the screen. This is another one that I think you'll enjoy, and I'll see you there.